Bruce. I was working on this piece to get it installed in the back here for our little trunk lid. But it's going to make the hatch, latch, and a couple more little things just a little different that I want to change. So I'm going to end up using the ends since I've got these so nicely curved around the ends. And this will actually go up a little bit of an angle. So if you look at all your seats when they're down, they gradually go up. I was trying to level out the back of this floor. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I'm probably going to have to keep the floor level at the same level as it was in the Explorer. And I guess it just kind of went uphill just gradually. Because if I raise that up 2 inches at level, it's going to make me have to remove that latch and raise it up and a few more little things that I'm just not real happy with. So what I'll do is save the ends, and I'll cut this end. That's going to tack weld these on there. These made. They'll be cut a little bit of an angle, and then I'll just shear me a little piece across the back for that part. So I've studied that quite a bit to come up with the best method for that, because I want to try to make this floor as flat as possible. Not sure yet how I'm going to do the ends, but I'm just going to have to kind of fade all that out and just make it work. The reason I have to do this and know this is because I got to know where the battery is. I got to have the battery up high enough where you can get it in and out. I'd like to get it up to a point where it's not going to be hard to take the ends off of it. We'll have to do a top post battery more than likely. But all that's subject to change too. Now I know for sure what I'm going to do here. Put my tailgate all back on, lock it in place where it needs to be, let it down, kind of look, see how that was going to look. And I was afraid it was just going to look too bad because this high right, it'd be right in here, it'd be that tall. So I don't know, and that's subject to change, but I do know where I want this to be. So now that that's the case, underneath here, before I start adding structure in here, I've got to finish up putting the supports in. Originally the frame was wider back here and it had supports under these posts. Well, now your frame is way narrow and you don't have those no more. You got rear supports back here. So I've done some outriggers out from those, but I still can't get over to this post well because of the way the tailgate swings, it goes up under here. And you got about that much it goes up under there, and it's about that thick with the wood. So it needs a sweep right up under there. So what I'm going to do is, I saved, we've been Explorer stuff, and these are the front frame horns I've been saving. I'm going to cut these perches off of here, mount them on the ends of this bumper, which is welded onto the rear of your frame. It's pretty well secured. I had to notch this out for the sweep of the tailgate, so I'll box that in, make that strong again, and then I'm going to use the original bushings that go on these, and that's going to work out real good. It'll be the factory Ford bushings, just like it was up front, but being back, all the bushings will be, exactly the same material, same everything. So that's going to work out real good, and these are still in good shape. They just look a little dirty, but I'll clean those up. And then I'll have one on each side, just like all the rest of them. And then that'll support that post and all that. But I had to put all the tailgate up here completely in, locked it down, every nut, every bolt, check the swing to make sure it's in the right spot here. And I'll have to probably do that a couple more times as I install these items. Because if I push one post up or something, it could make that tailgate not fix. And then you do all that work and lock all that in that spot, and you're in trouble. Also, I had to put the tailgate on to see how much room I have back in here for all this. So I'm going to have to put this down in there kind of low, and then I'll put the tailgate back up on there once I get it kind of tacked in place, and operate it again to make sure it ain't going to touch it. Just a lot of put on and take off, and it's not just put it up, set it up on there. It's completely bolted, every nut, every bolt, completely back exactly where it needs to be. You can't be off at all because we don't want to back up and keep rolling forward. But put these supports in the ends, and that'll be pretty strong. So now I'm fixing to start fabricating these supports in, clean all this up underneath there, and then once I have all that locked down, then I'm going to start finishing up the floor. Now that I took and I whittled the hanger off the side of here, see I kind of come off, cut that off. Then I took it and bolted it all together, modified it down to where it'll fit on the end of this bolster right here. And you can see how that's looking. Looks pretty nice. It's a factory mount. And then I'll put it right here at the end of this. It's going to clear my gate. There's a lot going on over here. I'm gonna put a little gusset in across the front of it, and that's a pretty good deal. I got both these fabricated in place. I've still got to grind and clean up and paint and all that. And then I'm going to have to probably trim the edge of the bushing off because it is so large. I was just running out of room and place to put that bushing, and still having the tailgate be able to clear all that with the wood on it. So I'll wait and see how much of it I've got to remove once I get the wood in place. But now that I got these in, I'll give you a closer look at these. Then I can get back on my floor, because now this is all completely solid and it's not moving. I've had my tailgate on here twice, 2 or 3 times, like 3 times, completely bolted in place. I know it shuts right there real good. I've got these in here. I don't have a lot of pressure on them. I just got them in there snug so that I can adjust these as well if I need to put a washer under them to raise this just a little bit once I get finished with this whole project. But it's looking like I'm not going to have to do any of that. It's looking perfect. But having bushing mounts here and bushing mounts here is going to allow me to be able to manipulate this post just a little bit. So that might be handy, but I bet I won't have to do nothing. It's probably going to be dead flat perfect when I get done with it. I'll show you what I've done here. Got a light shine on this one. So I put in a piece of 1/8 inch flat metal in there, then a little gusset across it, and your bolts inside there, and that's right up against the original supports that were here. And then that's the original Explorer bushing, which has worked out really nice. So and then I did the same on the other side. I got it in place. Just got to clean all that up. And then I'm going to plate these. I need some 2 1/4 inch metal. I'll go get it tomorrow, and I'm going to radius that out real nice so that gate swings up under there, because I want this extremely strong. And I might even add some more gussets to it because I'm supporting part of the body over there, but it does have supports here as well. But also I'm going to drop this hitch down and bring it down and have it come through the back with a little door. So I want to make that really strong. So now let's get on the floor and the battery.